The global financial system is changing forever. Most people are looking at the wrong numbers. They see the stock market hitting new highs, but they don't see the foundation cracking. In 2026, debt has become a global weapon. It is no longer about building a future. It is about managing a massive collapse. Look at the global debt clock right now. It is spinning faster than ever before. $100 trillion in public debt. That is a number the human brain can't grasp. It means every citizen is born in a hole so deep it can never be filled. Your savings account is a ticking clock. Every day your purchasing power is stolen. The central banks call it target inflation. I call it a slow-motion bank robbery. They print trillions to save the big banks, but they expect you to pay the bill. Have you noticed the price of bread lately? Have you seen the cost of basic housing? This isn't just a supply chain issue. This is the death of the fiat currency. History tells us exactly how this ends. No paper currency has ever survived forever. From Rome to the Weimar Republic, the pattern is always the exact same. First, they spend more than they earn. Then they borrow to cover the gap. Finally, they print until the money is worthless. We are currently in the final stage. The Great Devaluation is already here. The middle class is being quietly erased. Wealth is being transferred to the top 1%. They aren't holding cash like you are. They are moving into hard assets now. They are buying land, energy, and gold. While the public is told to keep investing in a system that is rigged. Have you heard of the bail-in laws? In a crisis, the bank can take your money. They turn your deposits into bank equity. You become an unsecured creditor to them. Your money is actually just a bank's liability. This is the secret they never teach in school. Because if everyone knew, the system would stop. Trust is the only thing keeping it alive. And trust is at an all-time low today. The petrodollar is losing its global grip. Nations are starting to trade in other coins. This means those dollars are coming home. A flood of currency hitting our domestic market, bringing a wave of inflation we can't stop. Are you prepared for a $20 gallon of milk? It sounds impossible until it actually happens. Look at Lebanon, Turkey, or Argentina. Those people thought it couldn't happen there. They were wrong, and they lost everything. We must learn from their painful mistakes. You need a financial lifeboat immediately. The old rules of save and retire are dead. Savings are now just guaranteed losses. You need to think like a central banker. They buy gold while telling you it's useless. They buy Bitcoin while calling it a scam. Watch what they do, not what they say. The elite are hedging against a total reset. They know the current system is unsustainable. Mathematics doesn't care about political lies. Interest payments on debt are now record high. We are spending more on interest than defense. That is the definition of a debt spiral. Once the spiral starts, it cannot be stopped. It only ends with a massive default, or a hyperinflationary event to clear debt. Both options destroy the average person, but those who are prepared will thrive. Chaos is always a ladder for the informed. This video is your guide to that ladder. We are going deep into the safe zones. I will show you where the money is moving, not where the news tells you it is. We will look at the 3 winner assets. These are the pillars of the 2026 economy. If you hold these, you are protected. If you don't, you are at the system's mercy. The Fed is about to make a major move, a move that will catch millions off guard. They are preparing a digital dollar soon. This will be the ultimate tool of control. Every transaction tracked and potentially taxed. The exit ramp is narrowing every day. You have a small window to move your capital. Let's look at the first asset you need. This is the foundation of every royal fortune. The first pillar is physical scarcity. This means assets you can actually touch. Real estate is the classic wealth shield, but not all real estate is equal now. In 2026, location is no longer just a city. Location is now about the legal jurisdiction. You want land in debt-light countries. Countries that aren't printing their future away. We talked about Singapore and Switzerland before. These are the new vaults of the world. In these zones, property rights are sacred. Unlike the coming wealth taxes in the West, the second pillar is precious metals, specifically physical gold and silver bullion. Gold just hit $5,000 an ounce. Many people think they missed the boat. They don't realize the boat is just starting. Central banks are buying gold at record rates. They are dumping their U.S. Treasury bonds. They are preparing for a gold-backed reset. Gold is the only money with no counterparty. It doesn't require a bank's permission to exist. Silver is even more interesting right now. It has a massive industrial supply deficit. It is the electric metal of the future. Solar panels and EVs need silver to function. You are getting a monetary and industrial hedge. The third pillar is digital scarcity. This is the most controversial of them all. Bitcoin is officially the digital gold of 2026. Even Wall Street giants are now all in. They see it as the ultimate exit ramp, a system with a hard cap of 21 million. You cannot print more Bitcoin to fund wars. You cannot devalue it to pay off debt. It is a mathematical truth in a world of lies. But you must hold your own private keys. Not your keys, not your coins, is the rule. Leaving it on an exchange is high risk. Exchanges are the banks of the new world, and they can freeze your assets just as fast. The fourth pillar is energy and infrastructure. Think of things people need to survive daily. Water rights, power grids, and food production. These assets have pricing power during inflation. When prices go up, they simply raise rates. They pass the inflation cost directly to you. Being an owner of these is a superpower. It turns you from a victim into a winner. Now, let's talk about jurisdictional arbitrage. This means moving your capital across borders. Don't keep everything in one political system. If your home country goes through a crisis, you need a Plan B account elsewhere. Even a small amount can be a lifesaver. Diversification is no longer just about stocks. It is about diversifying your political risk. The digital dollar, or CBDC, is coming fast. It will likely launch by late next year. It will give the government total visibility. They can see where you spend every cent. They can program your money with expiration dates. Spend it today or lose it by Monday. This is the ultimate stimulus trap for citizens. It forces velocity but destroys your savings. To opt out, you need these hard assets. You need things that exist outside their ledger. This is why self-custody is the key word. Taking personal responsibility for your wealth. No one is coming to save your portfolio. The government's priority is their own debt, not your retirement or your family's legacy. You are the only person who cares truly. Start by auditing your current net worth. How much of it is paper or digital? How much of it is physical or hard? If you are 90% paper, you're exposed. Aim for a balanced wealth shield instead. 30% hard assets is a good start. This provides a cushion for the coming shocks. Remember, the wealth gap is widening now. The middle is being pushed into the bottom, while the prepared are joining the top. It is a brutal transition of global power. The old G7 nations are losing their lead. The BRICS nations are rising with resources. Commodities are becoming more valuable than debt. Oil, copper, and lithium are the new kings. If you don't own the resource, you're at risk. We are moving from a financial to a real economy, an economy based on things, not promises. The era of cheap money is officially dead. High interest rates are the new normal. This will crash the zombie companies soon. Companies that only exist because of low rates. So how do you start your protection plan? It begins with one simple, focused step. Audit every single one of your accounts. Identify which ones are at high risk. High risk means accounts with zero transparency. Banks that are heavily exposed to commercial debt. If your bank is a household name, it is likely part of the too big system. And in 2026, too big means too fragile. Consider moving a portion to a credit union or a smaller regional bank with low debt. This reduces your immediate systemic risk. Next, look at your brokerage accounts. Are you holding paper assets exclusively? If the market closes for a week, can you still access your family's wealth? This is why self-sovereign assets matter. You need things that work without the grid. Physical silver is the easiest entry point. It is cheap enough for anyone to start. Buy 10 ounces and hold it yourself. Feel the weight of actual real value. It changes your mindset about digital numbers. Then look into cold storage for crypto. If your coins are on an exchange, you are just a guest in their house. Move them to a hardware wallet today. It takes 10 minutes but saves years. Now let's talk about your earning power. Inflation is a race you must win. You cannot save your way to safety. You must increase your inflow immediately. Develop a global skill that pays well, something that is not tied to one currency. Consulting, coding, or high-level sales. These are mobile assets you carry inside. No government can tax your human capital. This is the ultimate wealth shield of all. Invest in your own financial education. The more you know, the less you fear. Fear is for those without a plan. Information is the antidote to financial panic. Many of you are asking for tools. Tools to track the Fed and debt flows. I have linked to my top recommendation below. It's the platform I use for global data. Using the right tools is a shortcut. A shortcut to seeing the red flags early. Check the link in the description now. It could be the best move you make. Don't wait for the news to confirm. By then, the exit ramp will be gone. The smart money moves in the silence. The crowd moves when it is too late. Which group do you want to be in? History is full of wealth resets. This is just the latest version of one. It feels scary because you are in it. But it is also a massive opportunity. More millionaires are made in down markets because assets are on sale for the brave, while the fearful are selling at the bottom. Keep your head clear and your eyes open. Ignore the mainstream noise and the hype. Focus on the macro truths we discussed. Debt, scarcity, and central bank actions. These are the only 3 things that matter. Everything else is just a political distraction. They want you distracted while they pivot. They want you worried about culture wars while they quietly launch the new dollar. Don't fall for the bread and circuses. Stay focused on your family's financial wall. Build it high and build it strong. Use the pillars of gold, land, and code. This is the trinity of protection in 2026. We are entering a decade of high volatility. The golden era of easy growth is over. The era of resilience has officially begun. I will be here to guide you through. We will track every Fed meeting together. We will analyze every bank rule change. You don't have to navigate this alone. If you found value in this breakdown, please hit the like button right now. It helps this message reach more people who are currently blind to the risk. Share this video with one person you love. It might be the wake-up call they need. Subscribe to join our global capital community. We are a small group of the informed, and information is the currency of 2026. Thank you for staying until the end. Now, watch this video on Fed secrets next. I'll see you in the next deep dive.